And we are live. Hey, I'm Matt, a live streaming YouTuber, and here we are at a place called The Peak in Hong Kong. Join Travel the World with Matt as I take you on the adventures of a lifetime. Hey, welcome. Welcome, David. We are here at the Tsim Sha Tsui Promenade, and the Dragon Boat Race just began. We've had our first race here. Here are the teams, and I'm going to be telling you about how this race originated and a little bit about the history of this fascinating festival. But before we do that, hey Pamela, let me just give you a nice zoom in of some of these riders. They've just finished their race. It's just hit 8 o'clock. This is the very first race. There's more happening throughout the day. Now, usually small boats like this aren't allowed in Victoria Harbour because it's a very big harbour, but today they've specially sectioned off this part of the harbour and they're using it for the race. Hey babe, yeah, it's a really special day today. So the teams have just finished their race. They're making their way back to the start point, and I'm just going to give you some postcard moments before we start. Hey Jay! Okay, so we're going to make our way now to the start of the race point, or the middle point. So we'll have a good vantage point to view the race from. And while we do that, I'll tell you a little bit about the history of this race and the origins and all of that. Okay, so after a 4-year hiatus, the Hong Kong International Dragon Boat Races is making a return here in 2003. Oh, Rose says, this looks exciting. Yes! This is, we're going to make our way to the midpoint of the races so we can get a better viewpoint. So it's been on a 4-year break, and this is the first time it's being held in 4 years. And we are here at the TST Promenade. That's a 1.6 kilometer promenade, and this section over here is where they're having the races this morning, starting at 8 a.m. So let's talk a little bit about the history of the. Oh, hey Anna. Let's talk a little bit about the history of the Dagon Boat Festival. The Dagon Boat Festival is a traditional Chinese holiday which occurs on the 5th day of the 5th month of the Chinese calendar, which corresponds to late May or June in our Gregorian calendar. Now, the Dagon Boat Festival, oh, sorry, I'm not looking at the camera, there we go. The Dragon Boat Festival is a folk festival that integrates worship of gods and ancestors, praying for good luck to ward off evil spirits, and it's also about celebrating entertainment and eating. And actually in 2009, the UNESCO officially approved it in its inclusion in the representative list of intangible cultural heritage of humanity. And it was the first Chinese holiday to become that and be selected. Now, I want to talk a little bit about the origin of the Dragon Boat Festival. So right now we're just making our way to where the dragon boats are going to start. The first race has already happened, but there's going to be multiple races through the day. So earlier I said that it happens in the 5th month of the 5th day of the Chinese, on the Chinese calendar. Now, the 5th lunar month is considered an unlucky and poisonous month, and especially the 5th day as well. So all those 5s, all considered very, very unlucky. So in order to get rid of these evil spirits that would come on the 5th day of the 5th month, ancient Chinese would, they tried all sorts of things. One of the things they tried, and I've got a picture of it, I'll just show you the entrance here. Okay, I'm going to walk a little bit further and then I'll carry on. We're almost at the starting point of the race. Okay, so let's just enjoy our spot over here, and we'll wait for the boats to come, and I'll tell you a little bit about the history. So I'm going to share with you a picture right now. There it is. Let's make it a little bit bigger. So in order to ward off those evil spirits, Chinese people do different things. So one of them was hanging wormwood leaves on top of the door to deter insects.
Thank you so much.
And venomous animals are said to start appearing from the 5th day, such as snakes, centipedes, and scorpions. And people would also get easily sick after this day. And so therefore, during the Dragon Boat Festival, people would try to avoid this bad luck. And for example, people would put pictures like the one you see on the screen now, on their doors or on their walls, to avoid that bad luck. So just by putting these symbols on their doors, sometimes on their wrists, that was to ward off evil spirits. So let's lose that picture. So all the ferries, all the dragon boats are there in the corner, waiting to start the next race. So really the big idea, all these ideas and ceremonies and rituals that are developed, making the Dragon Boat Festival really a day about getting rid of disease and bad luck. So that's the general idea. You never think during the Dragon Boat Festival, maybe you think it's about athletics. No, it's about getting rid of disease and bad luck. Now, the person who's most associated with the Dragon Boat Festival is a Chinese poet called Q Yun. He was born in 1340 BC and passed away in 278 BC. He was of an ancient state of Chu during the Warring States period of the Zhao dynasty. And he was a cadet member of the Chu royal household and also served in high office. However, when the king decided to ally with an increasingly powerful state of Qin, Q was banished for opposing that alliance and accused of treason. During his exile, Q wrote a great deal of poetry, and eventually he was captured and in despair committed suicide by drowning himself in the river. And it is said that the local people really admired him. Yes, Chu. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, but yeah, Chu Yun. So it said that the local people who admired him raced out in their boats to save him. And here's the next dragon boat race. And so that's where we got the dragon boat race concept from people going to save this poet drowning in the water. Now there are a number of different pronunciations depending if you a Mandarin or Cantonese speaker. So there are different ways to say his name. I apologize if I've got the pronunciation incorrect. Oh, Chu Yun? Chu Yun? Ah, that's the Mandarin one. Thank you, Shinrei. And thanks so much for helping out. So, So there's another tradition that comes from that, and it with these dragon boats went out, or these boats went out to go find his body and to save him, or at least just retrieve him. But they could not find his body, and so what they did is they dropped balls of sticky rice into the river so that the fish would eat them instead of his body. And this was the origin of something called Zong Zi, which I'll be showing you a bit later. Now, during the 20th century, let me zoom out again. So the next race is getting ready. During the 20th century, Chu Yun he was considered like a patriotic poet and a symbol of the people, and he was promoted as a folk hero and a symbol of Chinese nationalism after the 1949 communist victory. And but it wasn't actually until 2008. It was a holiday, but it was only recognized as a public holiday and reintroduced as a public holiday in 2008 alongside two other festivals. And this was done to boost traditional Chinese culture. Now, if you come to Hago, you would have seen that there's Dragon Boat Festivals all over Asia, and the Dragon Boat Festival is unofficially observed by Chinese communities of Southeast Asia, including Singapore and Malaysia. And you can find equivalent and related official festivals in Korea, Japan, and even Vietnam. So Bev is asking, who do the teams represent? I think the teams are usually just from different companies that are getting involved, like people working in Hong Kong. Maybe their company will sponsor a boat and then a team will be put together. So let's talk about the food that we have at the Dragon Boat Festival, because there's a very specific type of food, and I'm going to show it to you now. Yeah, just give me a second. There we go. So that's zongzi, or traditional Chinese rice dumpling. It's a notable part of celebrating the Dragon Boat Festival, and in English we would call them sticky rice dumplings, and usually they're made by wrapping glutinous rice and fillings in the leaves of a reed or bamboo, forming a pyramid shape, you can see there. The leaves also give a special aroma and flavor to the sticky rice and the fillings, and the choices of fillings vary depending on the regions. Like in northern China, you're going to probably have like a sweet or dessert styled one with a bean paste or nuts as fillings, but then in southern China where we are, you're going to have more of a savory one, which will have like eggs and meat filling. Okay, the next team is getting lined up. Oh, we've got a race happening from this side. So, if you're from Hago, these are, and you want to take postcards or retouch photographs to commemorate this amazing moment, I'm lining up those postcard moments now. Now they have, if anybody falls over into the water, they've got lifeguards patrolling the whole area and making sure that everybody's going to be safe. Yeah, here come some of the lifeguards. You'll see them now. Yeah, it's a very hot morning in Hong Kong. I'm just going to give you a really nice panoramic view of the Sim Shao Choi promenade. Now, it's quite early this morning. It's only just past 8 o'clock, 20 past 8. So it's not busy yet, but as the races progress, it's going to get busier and busier this morning. So we're here early to see the first few races. There's even a team waiting to race over there and behind. And our next team is lining up. So we'll just wait for the next team to go, and then I'll end. I just want to tell you a couple of things. Firstly, so I've got a group on Facebook that you are welcome to join, and we've got some exciting trips coming up. I'm going to Korea, South Korea, and Singapore. And so if you want to see more of those, you just need to hit the subscribe button not to miss that. And if you want to join the Facebook group too, that's going to just give you some more behind the scenes info. There's also something called Buy Me a Coffee. I send on that, if you just subscribe to that, I send out 1 monthly email of all the tours I'm doing. And you can find that link on my YouTube channel, Travel the World with Matt. So the next team is about to go, and we're gonna get some great moments from their race. And amazing to be on such a special day, a day that hasn't happened in the last 4 years because of COVID. So a lot of support boats around here. We've got these ships over here, and the tugs there in the corner, just separating and cutting off the rest of Victoria Harbour, so that the dragon boats are protected. So because Victoria Harbour is a very busy harbour, and we need to keep these little dragon boats safe. Okay, the race is going to start shortly. We've got all the teams lined up. Amazing to be out here. We're very lucky. Last night it was storming, but you can see today a very clear morning today. But last night completely different. We're just very lucky with the weather this morning. Here's some of the contestants that are coming from the race. Here's some of the teams that have already raced coming past. I don't know if you can see here in the corner, but I'm just going to zoom in. They're cleaning themselves and the oars. Okay, the race is going to go now. 3, 2, 1, and they're off. I'm going to zoom in. There's 7 teams taking part in this race. And as they come past us, we'll get a better sense of who's winning the race. This is actually a very tight race. We've got number 5 in the lead, team number 5. You can see them there. That's number 4 and number 3 coming up right behind them. line not too far away. The finish line, you'll see it now, there's some white boys in the water. There's the finish line where those white boys are, so whoever reaches that one first, that team is going to win. Cool, and we have looks like number 3 has come in first, number 4 second, and then 6th coming in third. Wow, that was awesome. Okay, I'm going to do a quick switch around and say thank you so much for joining me. I look forward to taking you to some amazing, spectacular locations next weekend. So from me here at Travel the World with Matt, I hope you have an amazing weekend and I'll see you soon.